episode of Loud About Nothing. It's me, your boy, the fucking hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, per usual, we got the cutest boy in town here. Give it up for the cute boy himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello to beautiful people.
What's going on, beautiful people?
That's nice. What's going on? Your biceps, what'd you give them up for New Year's? They're disappearing by the day, bro.
I haven't been going to the gym with
that
him.
shirt's
This is
swimming.
what happens.
I went to the gym 3 times, and now all of a sudden he's getting biceps.
I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking.
The king of Planet Fitness over here now.
Yeah.
They told me don't even bother about the tent. It's free, bro. It's free.
Yeah.
Just go in. We got a fire guest today. I'm very excited. This guy is fucking. If you like football, and by football I mean soccer, this is the fucking dude for you. He's a stand-up comedian. You know him from the show, the YouTube show, Cooligans. Give it up for Alexis Guerreros.
Thank you, everybody.
Ooh.
Happy to be here. I love the collection of accents.
Okay.
It just sounds like I want the world to believe that this is a part of the stock room in a bodega. You know what I mean? That's where this studio is.
And none of us work there.
No. We're only allowed here because the cat said it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I want to believe. This
Yeah.
collection of fucking accents.
I love hearing a kid that sounds like me, you know?
Yeah, this is great.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Robbie pretends sometimes.
I don't pretend. I don't know. I don't know if I pretend or what I
think
sound like or what I do.
You think you don't sound like us, and then you go to the Midwest, buddy. You sound like us.
Yeah, I know.
You're one
I
of
don't
us.
think. I never really thought I sound like that much of an accent, but I guess I do have a little bit of
You
an
just
accent.
don't have the mush mouth that him and I do.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
You
what it is.
enunciate a little more. We don't want to waste that time.
Yeah.
It's calories we don't want to burn.
No, I never thought about that.
yeah.
I'm taking the
Enunciation is
shortcut
calories.
anyway.
100%. Yeah, we're being lazy even when we speak.
Yeah, even when I sleep, I'm stop breathing for a moment just to catch some calories, you know?
Yeah. Like I just didn't realize I text the way I talk.
Oh,
Okay.
you do?
Yeah,
You
so-
do AW.
No,
Oh,
not
thank
with
God.
the accent.
Oh.
But I'll text like I'll send my wife and be like, "You going to the store?" We're supposed to say, "Are you going?" We don't even say the "are." We cut that shit out.
Well, people
But-
think that it's disrespectful to text like that.
Oh.
It's not.
No, I'm cutting to the chase.
I say read when someone goes, you text bad, I go read it in my voice. And they go, you're right.
Yeah. 'Cause
You're right.
you can't tell inflection from text.
No.
So you don't know if I'm angry. I'm always angry, but not at you.
There we go.
If I was mad, I wouldn't be texting you.
Yeah, 100%.
I voice note.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm mad at somebody, I'll shoot a voice note.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what the
That's a
fuck's
good
going on?
move.
Yeah, because
Or a call.
Then you hear. I don't do a
Yeah,
call because
you
then
don't do- you
I
gotta-
have to hear the rebuttal
Yeah.
at their time. I'm gonna make you wait.
You're not trying to learn.
Oh.
I don't want to be a
You
bad
want a
person.
productive argument.
No, you just want, listen to this motherfucker. Take my words.
Yeah.
Take my fucking words. And,
Here's my side of the argument, and now I'm gone.
and fucking airplane mode.
100%. And I'm out. I'm gonna go watch a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a coward, bro. If I send an angry text, I'm staring at the phone.
The 3 dots.
Yeah. I get scared.
Yeah?
I'm a scared coward.
For you, you're a big dude. You look like you check, IDs.
No,
I can't imagine you'd be scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. Well, I'm not scared of men.
Yeah.
You don't scare me at all.
No. I shouldn't.
No, not at all.
No.
You text me some shit, I go, fuck off. I'll throw the phone on the couch, you know?
Yeah.
A girl, I go,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't tonight.
Yeah.
The-
Well, let me rephrase everything I've said. If my wife is mad at me, I am a little baby bitch.
Are you?
100%. I mean, I am fairly stern when I'm like, no, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But I've learned. We've been together for 23 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We've been together since we were teenagers.
Jesus.
So
God
like,
bless.
Thank you. And she's Italian and from Jersey City, half Jersey City,
Oh.
half Sea Caucus. So
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm talking shaved pitbull. Someone taught to speak English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Full blown, like little, like Jake LaMotta with long hair. Like that is what is inside her. She's learned to not be that person, but
Sure.
very quickly we'll go back to it.
Oh my
Like
God.
I got that little bit of like Ricky Ricardo. I don't know if you guys ever watched I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
When I get upset, I tend to yell in Spanish. It's my first language. So like she knows when I'm in Spanish, like I'm like, ¿Qué coño estás haciendo? She's like, oh, okay, he's upset. Let me go in the other room and figure out what's going on.
Sure.
For
Does
her-
she speak Spanish at all?
She understands it very well. She can communicate, but I wouldn't necessarily. She wouldn't get up in front of a crowd and speak it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
But she talks to my family and all that. She's
Oh,
really good at
that's
it.
really nice.
Yeah, it's cool. At first she didn't, But
Of
also,
course.
they kept speaking Spanish in front of her, and she's like, I need to know if they're talking about me.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's one of those.
she didn't do it out of love. She did that out of spite and fear.
100%. Yeah. She wants the inside track.
Yeah,
It turned out they were talking about it.
Of
so now she
course.
knows. Yeah, of course.
If someone
Yeah.
changes languages,
Yeah.
that's good shit.
Yeah. 100%. That's what you need to know.
That's what I'm sneaking out Google Translate on my phone just to find out.
Bro, when like bodega guys don't know I speak Spanish and they start going in, I get all the juice. I get it all.
Okay.
All the
Will,
tea.
will you ever admit it or not?
100%.
Yeah.
There was one time where I asked for a sandwich, and when I got to the counter to pay for it before it was ready, right, I told the guy, I'm like, oh, it's a whatever it was, chopped cheese, right? I was like, oh, it was a chopped cheese, but I got I didn't tell him I got like peppers or whatever. And the other guy goes, yo, he ordered peppers as well. I guess that's like an extra charge.
Yeah, fucking.
And I heard it. And the guy was like, oh, it's an extra 60 cents or whatever it was. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't have, let me get some other stuff because I don't have any cash. I'm going to pay on card and I don't want to, you can't charge again. Whatever the deal was, I had to do it again. As I walked to get something to drink, he was like, this fucking guy's trying to steal peppers. And then the other guy goes, we're lucky he didn't try to steal the whole sandwich, which I know is a fat joke, right? So as I bring the thing over, I basically said to him in Spanish, like, oh, you guys ran out of orange juice? As I broke the and you know, like the bing bing on the griddle, it's just like bing bing. They just stopped, and he starts laughing. He's like, "No, we got more in the back if you want to go." No, está bien. And I said to the guy, I was like, make sure they're hot peppers. And he's like, of course, hot peppers.
Yeah.
That thing came with so many fucking jalapenos in it, bro.
Oh my god,
it was jammed.
They were terrified of you.
100%.
Yo, that's a superpower.
I love it.
It's
It doesn't happen often anymore, but sometimes like a bodega's like, especially by me, they're all Yemeni.
Yeah, they don't
So
speak
they'll-
Spanish anymore.
No, but they'll be like, Habibi, when I walk in,
Yeah.
and they'll start rattling off. And I'm like, I wish I knew. Because I guess they think I'm fucking Arabic. I'm like, bro, I wish I knew, bro.
Yeah.
Because I could get the discount. You know?
Of course.
Definitely.
I'm boys with my bodega guy next door.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to become like a local or
Of
whatever.
course.
A regular. That's the word.
Of
I was looking
course.
for, yeah.
He calls me Poppy, gives me hugs,
This is
you know?
great. You still got a Dominican bodega guy?
Yeah.
I might go visit him after this.
Oh,
That's
he's
beautiful.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Love it.
I used to live in the Heights, so it was all Dominican dudes up there
Mhm.
when I was up there. It was incredible. Everyone was like my parents were like, the Heights are bad, they're bad. I'm like, it's fine.
Bro.
I was like, the drug dealer saves me a spot because parking's so bad.
100%.
You just need to make friends with the people.
Yeah.
It was
There are
incredible.
people who also sell drugs. People forget
Yes.
that part. Yeah.
Yo, they were
Also, they're on the corner all night. You want to befriend that guy. If someone else is fucking with you, that guy's going to stop it.
Yeah, he's better than the police. Are you
Yes.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
He
People
runs
are scared of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, and these guys, when I lived up there, I lived with the girl, and they were so fucking respectful. I knew they sold drugs. Never came up to me. One night I'm out. I'm going to get like a sandwich or some shit. He comes up to me, goes, "Just so you know, I see you're not with your girl. I got this, and this, and women, and this, and
Yeah.
this." And he goes, "I didn't want to say in front of your girl." I go,
Yeah,
"Of course,
Out of
of course,
respect. God
out of
forbid.
respect." He
Yeah,
told
yeah.
me he sold coke without
Yeah,
my
yeah,
girl.
100%.
I love that. It's like, oh yeah, there's a different type of. You move different up there.
But see, that I feel like that's the thing that people like, you know, in like the South or whatever, they'll be like, oh, it's like fucking war torn in New York. It's a fucking city where a lot of shit happens. It's all supply and demand. Bodegas, they sell half the shit.
Yeah.
If you really know, like there's a bodega, the one I grew up on were gun runners. We knew that.
Sure.
Most people knew that. The police knew that. Nobody fucked with them until something got out of hand.
Yeah.
So if the cops, if there was like a murder and they couldn't trace the gun, they'd go to them and go, you know, how many fucking of this have you sold in the past week? And they're like, they would never snitch on anyone, but they'd be like, oh, okay, something bad happened, like kids were killed. Here's some information. And they trade back and forth. It's like, as long as you know to live within that, you're not like, don't do this on my corner.
Sure.
You're done.
It's like all those gangster movies. You can't get too big.
Yes.
You can't, don't go too far. You can make a living.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking out my ass.
No, but it's,
I'm talking out my
you're
ass.
100% right.
I sold a quarter ounce of weed in college. I'm like, you can't get too big, bro, okay?
This kid's cleaning a gun in his head. Fucking 50 Cent over here. He's like, I tried to rap for a little bit after I sold that.
You know how embarrassing white kids from Staten Island were smoking weed, freestyling in a car?
Bro.
And that's what I want. If I want to erase those memories, that's why I did drugs to erase those memories.
Wu-Tang ruined an entire generation of white kids in Staten Island.
Okay, you choose violence. You walk into my Staten Island home and you choose violence. Okay, go ahead. Speak your truth. I'm gonna start speaking in a different language.
I'm a Wu fan. I'm
Okay.
a big Wu fan.
Okay.
But it made everyone in Staten Island believe they were Like you probably called yourself the SZA, you know, Sebastian.
yeah.
Jizza, RZA, I'm the SZA.
I was Bass, the big ass scoundrel.
See? Everybody, yeah.
BAS, the big ass scoundrel. I go around tagging BAS.
No, that's some WWE shit, bro.
I'd be doing Bass One on the fucking gas
You
station.
did graffiti?
Barely. I would more.
I did it.
I would do like a little bit. I had like the markers. I did a couple like big bubble pieces like under bridges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like never like
You were
real
a paper
risks.
boy, a lot of notebook shit.
Oh yeah, I would do it like in school. I would have the notebooks, the pens where you push down and it would drip.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
My God, those were great.
You go to the scrapyard.
Yeah, or you get the markers that were so fat you get high off of them.
Oh,
And you have the one friend with like blue on his nose, and you're like, dude, you got a problem, bro. The rest of us are trying to use it for.
Yeah.
Dude, there was only 2 kids from Newark in my school, so I got in trouble.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to a place called St. Mary's in Rutherford.
Okay, interesting.
So huge. I mean, I started going to huge schools. This school's tiny. My graduating class was like 80 people.
Oh, wow.
Tiny.
You like that or not?
Nah, but it was all like kids that should have gone to juvie, essentially.
Sure.
The dean of students was a parole officer. As a good example.
Why you got in trouble?
Yeah, I used to get in trouble a lot. I got arrested a couple times, but all dumb shit like Newark shit. Like I got arrested in a stolen car. I didn't steal it. We were just in it.
Newark is crazy for stealing cars.
It's carjacking capital of the world. My car got stolen 3 times when I lived there, and never once got carjacked though. So I'm like, hey, it's pretty good. I beat the odds. No one
Wait,
put
what's
a
the
gun in
difference between stealing and jacking?
You wake up, your car's gone. Carjacking is someone puts a gun in the car and says, "Give me your car." You're in it. Carjacking is while you're in it.
Grand Theft Auto style.
Yeah. So you know what happened? So we have the port in Newark.
Yeah.
So my mechanic, my mom had a minivan. This thing was a piece of shit. The grill said Dodge, the radio said Chrysler, and the back door of the minivan said Plymouth. It was like the whole company.
The original collab.
Yeah, it was like Supreme and Nike. Wow, that's weird. Bro, this thing was a piece of garbage. There was carpet in the back because if you moved it, you would see the highway.
Stop.
I swear to God, hole in it. You could take the key out while you're driving. And we would fuck with people. Like, I'd fuck with my mom. I'd pull the key out, pretend to throw it out the window. And she'd be like, don't worry about that. Like, I'm going to kill you. This thing was just a piece of shit, but it was bulletproof. It would not. I think it finally died at like 280,000 miles.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, that's a car.
Yeah.
American made.
Yeah. By 3 major organizations came together and make one bulletproof car. This thing was amazing, right? So, so the mechanic for her was a guy at the docks, and he used to chop cars. Yeah. So he would charge her like nothing. He'd be like, no. So her and my aunt would go there, and they bring like, my aunt had an old Mitsubishi Galant. Sure. This thing was, I can't believe this thing was still driving. Like the leather was worn out where you sat, and he would fix it. And he'd be like, give me $100. He was just like, get it out of here. And the lot, I mean, you're in like the middle of the projects. You're over by the way, you could hear the water. That's how close he is to the docks. And it would be like 3 or 4 Porsches, a couple of Range Rovers. You're like, why the fuck are people? Why would? And I thought when I was really young, I thought like, oh, okay, maybe he's like really good at fixing cars, and that's why they send him the supercars. And then you'd see the airbag removed, and I'm like, oh, they're parting these cars. And like little by little, like when my car got stolen, I brought it to him. They found it. There was a couple of like pieces fucked up on the car, and I had been in a minor accident. So I said, yo, could you make this part look like the rest of it for the insurance? I probably shouldn't say this on This is years ago. This is a long time.
Allegedly.
Everything's alleged. I'm just telling stories about a movie I've written.
So this is not even my name, bro. What are we talking here?
I'm from Sayreville. He's from Newark. This accent's fake. I'm French, dude. So I was like, yo, I need the insurance to cover a lot of this. Might as well get a new car out of it, right? So like a couple bumps and scrapes. He's like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. This guy made it look like my car was in an action movie, bro.
Oh, wow.
He fucked there was fence scrapes on it. The whole night. Got the whole thing repainted. It was incredible. But that's when I learned like who this guy is. So kept the car perfect. My car got stolen 3 times. The 3rd time there were bullet holes coming out of the trunk.
Oh, wow.
Jesus
coming out of the trunk. Not going in. They kidnapped the guy, threw him in the trunk. He immediately shot his way out of the trunk. I guess they didn't check him.
Oh, wow.
And the cops like, yo, you got to come pick out your car. Come picked it up. They needed it for like 2 weeks. I talk about this on stage.
This is a good lesson. If you kidnap someone, throw them in your trunk,
you got to
check them for guns. Pat them down first, right?
Also, that guy's got to be deaf now. You can't shoot a gun in like a big tin can. That guy probably heard right now. He can't even listen to this. We'll do subtitles for you, bro. We got you on the subtitles. fucking the cops like come get it, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And he's like, you got to drive this home. I was like, what happened to the guy who got kidnapped? He's like, we don't know. We can't find him. I'm like, I am not driving this to the scene of the crime, essentially.
Yeah.
No, he's like, well, we know it happened a couple blocks from you. I'm like, done. I got it. I drove it right to the lot. I said, I need to sell this car. The guy's like, what happened to the trunk? I was like, I don't know. Weird. I have no idea.
Jesus. So you got arrested for being in the car that was
I got
stolen.
arrested for graffiti, stolen car.
What was your tag?
So I lost one. My first one was DOST, D-O-S-T.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like, we had no documents. It was like a bunch of immigrant kids or whatever. But of course I had documents. I'm Cuban. I'm allowed here. You know, I'm like, you guys can't be here. Me and the Puerto Rican kids, we good. You know. So I had DOST. I lost that in a battle, and then I went with Pharaoh.
What do you mean a battle?
Two people do a piece. If you have a name similar to someone else, or if someone thinks you're stealing their style, you'll do a piece, and then like other people judge.
Oh wow, art competition.
Yeah. So
this is incredible.
This is how I joined the
so
gang
artsy.
by mistake.
Oh, this is how
We
you
were doing
joined the gang.
graffiti, and someone goes like, "Yo, you guys are good. You should join our crew." And I'm thinking, art crew.
Yeah.
Art crew.
It is.
Yeah, it's great.
It is art
No,
crew.
that's when the T is important.
Yeah.
Join the art crew.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
to our school. You know?
100%. I'm thinking this is great.
Yeah. I love the peanuts.
I thought the only criminal thing we would do was steal spray paint cans.
Yeah.
You know, like my friend used to work at Home Depot, bro. He would just walk by and unlock the gate, and we would just pour this shit into our backpacks and run.
Bro, Home Depot, it was for the time the place to steal.
This was it. They had every color.
Everything's so expensive there, and they did cash refunds.
Oh,
That's why you see that. That's why Home Depot, everyone's so rude and mean now. It's because they did cash refunds, so there would just be all these drug addicts coming through stealing.
And then you bring it back and get the money.
And you get cash, not even store credit.
That's incredible. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's
Little inside information.
Yeah. I don't know how I know.
Yeah. Again, allegedly. We're all German, dude.
Yeah. So you would steal. So
we would steal spray paint, and then you do spray paint. My mother called me because the stuff comes back on your hands. It like bounces back on your hands. So there'd be like paint all over my hand, and I'm like, no, we're doing art projects in school. And my mother's like, you're doing graffiti. I'm gonna burn you. She would always tell me she's gonna burn me with the iron. That was like her big thing. It's like, I'm gonna burn. She didn't. She actually tried to send me to a boot camp. I'm like, burn me with iron, man. Don't make me work out. You know what I mean? I don't want to exercise. Cardio? Hit me with the iron, man. I think I can take it.
Yeah.
You know how cool it is to be branded?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
that's badass.
Dude, I see there's one guy at the gym and he has like it's corny, his frats, but to have a burn mark tattoo on your arm is...
Dude, it keloids up and all that.
You look so fucking cool.
Right. It looks like you're gonna murder somebody.
I mean, he gets pussy from it.
100%.
100. He gets pussy based off a burn mark.
You know how like...
I got this from the air fryer.
Right? Show it to him. Show it to him.
That's what I'm talking about. Where we at, ladies?
Ladies, you want fries? It's going to take 45 minutes, but I got you.
Yeah, I got you. You like those Brussels sprouts?
Who likes crispy wings? Show up. I got you. I had that too from making a pizza, but it went away.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's a hard spot.
Yeah. It's a big one. Like a lot of my friends that are chefs and stuff, they all have it up and down their arms.
You get excited.
Yeah.
Ooh, ding, ooh,
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, my Brussels sprouts are done. I've never said those words before.
Brussels.
I'm a Brussels sprouts fan. I just wouldn't.
They're
I don't
good
cook
in the
them.
air fryer.
Are they?
Yeah, you put a little Parmesan cheese on them.
Now, see, this is where you take something good and it's no longer good for you.
And then you get a little blue cheese.
Yeah.
And you put them on the pizza.
Right. Yeah, right. Sriracha all over it.
Oh God. So you went to the school. It was like you said it was small.
Juvie. Oh, so there's only 2 kids from Newark. Me and this other kid who ended up becoming a Newark cop, and now he's in jail for something that's horrific. But yeah, again, Newark. He drew. We had those fat markers. He took one wall in the bathroom, sheetrock, not even tile where it would come off easy, and he wrote "Brick City Spics" on it. And we were the only 2 Latin kids from Newark. We were only 2 kids from Newark.
Yeah.
So I go to the bathroom and I was like, "Yo, that's hilarious." Not even thinking.
Yeah,
We're
about to be in trouble.
we're the only 2 are about to get called into the office.
You didn't do anything.
No, I did nothing. I just
that
go to the bathroom
nice.
and pee. I'm like, yo, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Go pee. By the end of the day, we're both in the dean of students office. And he didn't even do that. I'm going to call you in one by one. He brought us both in here. He's like, how dare you write that word on our wall?
What? Oh, Jesus.
One is the word spig. He wasn't a fan. Obviously, he's a white guy.
Yeah,
And
of course.
2, Brick City. We asked around. Turns out that means Newark.
We asked around.
We asked around. We took a survey.
This is before Google.
He goes, we looked through, and turns out you two are the only ones from Newark. So it had to be one of you two. He's like, so open up your backpacks. I had spray paint in my backpack. So I'm thinking, dude, I'm going to go down for this. Yeah. He had markers. Yeah. He got in trouble, not me. I wouldn't have snitched. I would have taken it. But I'm like, fuck, I'm about to get in trouble for something I didn't do.
Sure.
The kid supposedly he was expelled, but he ended up getting just suspended for like a month. Yeah. And then he had to do summer school. But I'm thinking, I'm going down for this fucking thing. As soon as we got out, him and I were like laughing about it because he didn't like, it's not like court. They don't like bring you to jail right now. He gets to go home. Yeah, him and I were laughing about it. And I was like, you couldn't have put like fucking another town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one that's me and you.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. I remember once they did a locker check because they thought one of us had drugs. Where they put you all up against the wall in front of your locker.
They did that in my school too.
Do they do that a lot? Was it for like weapons or anything?
No, it was for drugs.
For drugs. So they thought we had drugs.
Staten Island's pills and boo. It was like pills, weed. Also, weed was like fucking mad illegal.
Remember that? Remember when weed was like, oh my god, it's like having heroin.
Yeah. I know. It was insane.
So dumb.
There would be like police after, I don't forget what happened, but we had metal detectors and police would check our backpacks walking into school.
See, I remember that era. I never got because I didn't go to a big school. I didn't get the metal detectors. But one time they were like,
I didn't go to a big school either. It was just, I don't know what
Staten Islands are all big school. I mean,
I went to the smart school in Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
Staten Island Tech. So
you really fooled them, huh?
Yeah. I was the worst.
Yeah. They're like, what are you, the janitor's kid? How'd you get in here?
Like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
They go, why's the deli guy here?
Yeah. What are we doing, trigonometry? And they're like, yeah, can I get turkey with that?
They're like, just take the union test, all right? Mr. fucking garbage man.
Yeah, bus driver. What am I, rich?
No. But the guidance counselor, after I was about to graduate, and he came up, he sat next to me, and he goes, you and your friends, I never thought in this school we'd see some shit like that.
That's a good day when you're like high-fiving. Like, yeah. I hit another level, didn't I?
100%. It was like we changed the school for the worst a little bit.
100%. Yeah. We have new guidelines because of you.
Yeah. Yes.
We have to take extra training next year so that this doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah. Classic thing was like I would wear like Echo or like velour jumpsuits, and I would wear like baby blue or purple, like bright ass colors.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge man.
Yeah.
And the security guard at my school would be like, Sebastian, if you're going to cut school and run away from the school to be a block away, you can't wear bright purple velour jumpsuits so we can see you from a mile away.
Essentially in an East Coast beacon, a homing beacon. My friend tried to run away from school, like run out one day, like mid-class, and he used to wear those. I think they're kind of still popular. They're like NASCAR racing jackets that have like M&M on it.
Yes.
Big. They're like
they are weirdly popular again.
Big red.
Yeah.
Like Dale Earnhardt or something scribbled across the back.
Against all odds.
Yes.
They would have them all over. The non-brands.
The most mall reference, bro. Against all odds. They're like, do you want to buy hip-hop clothing but feel safe?
Yeah, exactly.
Come to Against All Odds, bro.
That's what it was.
Yo, Dipset released shirts with the big bird on it. It was so hard to find, like in the shops I would go to. They would sell out so quick. So somebody told me Against All Odds in the Willowbrook Mall. You remember?
Okay, yeah.
Let's go.
It's like Wayne.
Yeah.
So boom, bunch of us, like it's like 17 people in an old Buick from Newark are like jalopying its way to Willowbrook Mall. We get there. We walk in Against All Odds. No one knew who worked there and who didn't, because we're all dressed like we're all wearing baggy shit, blah, blah. And we're like, we're the Dipset shirts. These people thought they were getting robbed. All of us are like putting cash together to pay for it. And we were so mad because they charged more than they do at the hood shops.
Really?
Like, hood shop would be like $20, $25 for a shirt. There would be like $34.97 after taxes. Like, taxes or whatever. Like, what? Fuck out of your fees. And we're all trying to negotiate. My friend's like, yo, we'll give you 20 a pop. Like, people the mall, like, I don't know what button to press on this computer for.
These are minimum wage corporate people.
These are high school kids. Like, I don't know. We can't. There's no negotiate button on here. But in the shops, they'd be like, yeah, I take it. Because they're all fronts.
Sure.
We're buying out of drug fronts.
We used to go to this place in the city called The Spot, which was just like on Canal Street, but you go inside to like the second floor.
Oh, and they got the bootleg shit.
It wasn't bootleg, it was stolen. And that's why all my friends would be like, you go to The Spot because they have stolen shit because it's real.
And then you go to Chinatown Fair and waste the rest of your money on video games. Let's go.
Yeah, that was like a fun day to go into the city and go get like 50 jerseys. You take orders from kids at school.
Oh,
who wants what?
I used to do this with watches. So I would go to Canal and I'd get Nike Air watches. Nike Air don't make first of all, Nike Air's not a brand.
Yeah.
Nike's not making that. And they were the same, like the fake Bulova and the fake Rolex. Same exact thing, but with Nike Air instead of Rolex.
Incredible.
Bro, these things would fall apart instantly. My mother was a seamstress back in the day. So she had all the sewing equipment. So I would reinforce the bands on my own. My mother had this.
You were doing good business.
Bro,
yeah.
You know the singer of the
Of course I know a singer.
Bro, this thing went funk, funk, funk through my finger once. And I was like, ah! I just had strings. I had to pull the string out of my finger. It was horrible. My mom's like, what are you doing? She was worried about the machine, not my hand.
Yeah.
Dude, my grandmother had one downstairs in the basement where my grandmother and my grandfather lived. So I asked them, like, how do I, because they would all break at the band. And my grandma's like, oh, it's simple. You're just like, dun, 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 dun. Dude, you could do it in 2 seconds. I do all the watches so they wouldn't break, and I'd sell them at school. I would get them for 10. I'd sell them for 20.
Of course, you got to double.
Yeah.
Double is minimum.
Bro, they're not going to the city.
No.
Right? My cousin lived in the Lower East Side, so I'd go to visit him. I'd buy a couple watches, throw it in the backpack.
Of course.
Dude, I was making this before. I worked at 11, so I would work at a factory and doing that. I was
You
making
worked at a factory at 11?
Yeah. I was making like $150 a week. Easy.
What were you doing with that money
So-
at 11?
Bro, lunch.
Yeah! There we go!
I swear to God. Yo! I kept zero.
Really?
My mom made me like promise I wasn't selling drugs or
Sure.
like prostituting or anything. She wanted to make sure like no adults were giving me money for anything weird. And I'm like, Ma, I'm selling. I showed her. I'm like, I'm selling watches and I work at the factory. At first, she didn't know about the factory.
Wait,
like,
what was the factory?
Remember Rec Specs?
Yeah.
Those goggles people used to play sports in?
Oh, yeah.
The factory's in Newark. Or you
And they were hiring 11-year-olds?
No, I walked in and I said, there was 3 companies. Joey's Cookies, remember like black and white cookies?
Yes.
They're in Newark on the same streets on Verona Ave. So they're there. A box making company is there, and Liberty Optical, which is the one that made Tommy Hilfiger eyewear as well. So I used to steal Tommy Hilfiger shit and sell that.
Sure, yeah.
That was easy. They made me do inventory. I'm like, you don't know what's in there. I'm telling you what's in
Yeah.
there. So I technically didn't steal anything. Computer says there's only 15. There's only 15. Who cares if there's 5 in my back pocket?
Yeah.
So it was great. Shouts to Liberty Optical. They
Also,
closed.
you were 11.
Yeah,
what
I
were
was
they
like-
going to do?
So I walked in and I walked into Joey's and said I want a job. They go, we're not hiring. I walked into the box company and the guy's like, what do you know how to do? And I'm like, nothing. And he was like, boxes sometimes will come flat and you have to fold them up, like the ones that like kind of tuck into themselves.
Sure,
when you buy.
yeah.
He goes, can you show me how to fold one of those? If you could do that, I'll hire you to do that a couple times a week. So I did 2 or 3 of them. He was like, you're too slow. Sorry, man. I'm not hiring. I walked into Liberty Optical and I
Those
said,
are hard. Those
yeah.
are hard.
Not easy.
I would say even now
definitely.
I would struggle
I
with
struggle
that.
too.
It's a puzzle. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then I was doing it backward. Like the guy didn't teach me. He was like, if he knows how to do this, I'll give him a shit job.
Sure.
I walked into Liberty Optical. They said we're not hiring. I know how to fold flat boxes. And they were like, all right, let me see. Same exact boxes this guy's got. I folded it a little bit quicker, and the guy's like, all right, go talk to this girl. So I walk in and I said, yeah, they're gonna hire me to fold boxes. And she's like, how old are you? I go, 16.
Oh wow.
Because that's how old you gotta be. And
Yeah.
she goes, fill out this paperwork. It's like the 1099, whatever, the W-9. Social security number. I start putting my phone number in, but it's like not enough numbers.
Oh my God.
So I just left it at that. I left it as my phone number, missing a number, that number to my house. And the lady was like, this is your social security number? I'm like, uh-huh. And she's like, and you're 16? I go, yep. And she's like, we're going to pay you in cash at the end of the week. Is that all right? I said, yeah. Boom.
Great.
Got the job. But I used to get, everyone would get an envelope with the folded paper with the check.
Yeah.
I would get one with folded paper with cash in it.
Ugh.
It was great. Put it in my pocket, walk around. I had that. I literally spent it all at lunch, spend it at bodegas. I would come into the city to get watches. I always had cash. I also used to, I don't know if you did this when you were young. You probably do it now. I used to tip like Robert De Niro's character in Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone ate. Everyone ate. Like if a kid was like,
yeah.
"Yo, I got the answers for the test coming up," like,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a great feeling.
incredible.
I was a fucking king.
Yeah.
Dude. I'd go to the bodega, the guy would be like, bacon, egg, and cheese and a Snapple. The guy would be like, that's $4.20. I go, here's $5. Come on.
Yeah. Of course. Always.
Don't
Yeah.
disrespect me. Don't you
Yeah.
fucking dare.
Come on, we're friends.
Yeah, what are we talking here?
What's 75 cents between us?
With the size 4 youth shoe.
I'm wearing Tim's that I bought cash. Dude, my whole thing was the first time I got mugged, I would go to a store called Dice's. It was Dice Sports. The rumor was Shaq owned it. No, if you wanted something to pop in Newark, you had to say Shaq owned it. And all of Newark,
Shaq the guy?
he's from Newark.
He's from
Oh, he
he's
is?
a Jersey guy. Yeah.
This was it.
Oh, yeah. And
From-
he's amazing.
A great guy.
Let's get it straight. Shaq is a great basketball player. Love him now.
Great human being.
Great.
Hilarious. He's so funny.
No, I
kids-
don't like
his
that.
kids-
He's not hilarious.
You don't think he's funny?
Nah, I don't play
You don't
that
watch
game.
Inside
You know
the
what he
NBA.
is? He's
funny.
He's
I think
funny
he's
for a basketball player.
That's it.
Yeah. And for an NBA commentator, I would say.
Yeah. You hear the 4?
No, he's not
Yeah.
doing stand up.
Yeah, but he's not
People
funny.
can be I think he's funny.
What's the kid who did stand up? The basketball player. I can't remember his name now.
Blake Griffin?
Blake Griffin.
Oh, he
Yeah.
tried
People
stand
wrote-
up.
People wrote his jokes for him.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
You
like
can
the
tell,
roast
too.
battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Shaq's not trying to be funny like that.
You know why I'm salty about this?
Why?
My high school girlfriend.
She thought Shaq was funny.
You hold on to a lot, buddy.
Oh, yeah. This is all just
yeah. 100%. High school girlfriend, you're one boob jump. That girl I talked to that time and didn't text me back, your one love handle shakes.
Yeah, these are all. Everyone looks at me and they go, "Do or die," and I go, "How about some nice memories?" All right.
I fucked up my thigh. I pulled my thigh muscle.
Yeah.
I went to a physical therapist and my thighs were really tight. She goes, "Oh, you carry a lot of your stress in your hips and your thighs." I go, "So it's not just Doritos?" not one giggle. I was like, "Come on,
fuck you."
I'm like, "That's good." She's like, "I've heard it all." I'm like, "Good point."
Oh,
Good
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I wasn't the first one.
So my high school girlfriend, she goes, "You're funny, almost as funny as Shaq," and I want to fucking kill
You were
myself.
probably not as funny as Shaq at the time.
No, I was being funny.
Shaq is like a god in my town, and I'd be mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Almost as funny as Shaq.
Yeah.
Almost.
In high school?
And he didn't even try to be funny then.
No, he was just playing basketball. What was he doing?
He did the movie.
Kazam?
Yeah,
that's not
he did
funny.
Kazam.
That's not stand up.
No, but he wasn't. Yeah.
That wasn't even him. He just he read a script.
He did look funny in that
Yeah.
suit.
No, Iverson looked funny in that suit.
Yes.
Yo, that's a fun. If you ever go back and look at like a basketball player's suits from the 2000s,
Bro.
they are so funny.
I used to laugh at them until I saw what I looked like in a suit in the early 2000s
Why?
myself. Dude, I looked like I was trying to get on the Kings of Comedy tour.
but yeah.
My pants were like as baggy as they come. I looked like, like the one hood dude who gets invited to like a prom in a white school, but still is like, fuck that. I'm gonna dress how I dress. And you show up and everyone's like, he ain't from here, bro. I might have had like 7 buttons on this suit.
Interesting.
Embarrassing.
No, I love that. The
Embarrassing.
Bernie Mac collection.
Yes,
Straight to
exactly.
Steve,
Yeah.
Steve Harvey's, I think
Yeah.
he does something with JCPenney now.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think
Good for
so.
him.
He's become like a style icon.
Yeah, people love him.
It's incredible.
For me, as like an Italian kid, it was always like it would be like I wore a vest, and then I had a nice watch.
Yes.
15 sprays of cologne.
Uh-huh.
I double-breasted suit as a little. I was like 8.
My grandfather taught me when I was growing up. And that's why I don't wear a watch or anything after he passed. But he always said you don't want to show other people what they don't have. So you don't wear a watch. You don't wear a chain. If you wear a chain, you tuck it. It's for you. It's not for other people. And Italians, there was still a little bit of that like mafia mom in our neighborhood from like the old days.
Yeah.
So you would see the Italians come by, like the guys who picked the protection money and all that. Those guys would always lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And my grandfather would be like, it's ornaments on a Christmas tree.
Oh.
It's like you're showing all the stuff you have. We don't do that. Because no one's gonna rob them.
Oh, yeah.
We don't show people what they don't have because then they get jealous of you. They're dressed so that you are jealous of them.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, in Staten Island, there's all fucking mansions with nothing inside.
Yeah.
So many of my friends had McMansions. I'd go in their house, it'd smell bad because there'd be dirty laundry everywhere and like just one couch.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, my mom's accountant was in Staten Island.
Uh-huh.
And like, the parent, everyone's in there, like especially during tax time. And they would always get you like the biggest fucking return, probably a scam.
Bro,
And
I just changed I left my Staten Island.
Yeah. So I was a guy from Newark was doing my taxes until like a year ago. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna get caught up in whatever the fuck else he's doing. You know?
I know.
Dude, we used to go there and I'd end up hanging out with like all the kids that are also waiting, of parents that are just waiting in this fucking. And it was one of those things where like I think it's like with the Halloween spirit, like they only rent it out during tax season. It wasn't like a real shop.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Real funny.
Real scam.
That's hilarious.
Real scam.
You can see they got like some ballerina bars upstairs with mirrors.
Padded floor. Yeah. You're at table number 15. They'll do your taxes. So I would hang out with like these Staten Island kids. Like I didn't know them. Like every time it would be different kids, but they would always be dressed and they would always have like big fucking cars. And like my mom, we had the shitty minivan I'm talking about, and they would pull up in like big Cadillacs and stuff, all this. But I'm like, dude, you're getting your taxes done in the same scam place I'm getting my taxes
100%.
done.
It was all show. It's the exact opposite. It's like take care of nothing.
Yeah.
Like
show people what they don't have.
Yeah.
Remind everyone that they ain't got it like we got it.
Everyone in Staten Island's in so much debt and has the nicest shit.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
It's bad. My parents were not about that. They were teachers.
Yeah,
like,
no,
fuck
so
that.
different. Yeah.
Very
I
different.
love the guys who's like, well, my dad owns a waste management company.
Oh.
It's like, dude, no, he doesn't.
It was the people.
Everybody's fugazi
Yes,
in the mob.
I
Everybody
know.
wants to pretend like they got an
We know
uncle,
a
or
guy.
everybody knows a guy. It's like, all right, relax.
The guy you know is the guy your uncle owns money to for
Yeah,
gambling.
yeah, exactly.
It's not a cousin.
It's not a good connection.
Yeah.
You know
He's not
him
asking
because
for favors,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
begging
yeah,
for favors.
exactly.
My there was some people that were very connected on Staten Island, which
Yeah, for sure.
That's where you are to be connected. That's where you go. Yeah,
That's
you
where
didn't
you
stay
go.
in those neighborhoods.
No,
You moved out to Staten Island and then you go back.
It's a nice, yeah.
Nutley was it for us.
What was it?
Nutley. That's where the David Chase grew up.
Oh,
The
really?
Sopranos. That's where all the mafia kids lived because their parents all moved out of Newark. Everyone left Newark.
Nutley.
And they all moved to Nutley. Some to Belleville, like Cedar Grove, where like some
Yeah,
Sopranos
Belleville.
lived.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah.
You know Nutley.
Yeah, interesting.
So there's this girl, dude. I go to school in Nutley for 2 years, 7th and 8th grade. I got expelled from my school, so I got to go to school in Nutley. It's a place called Good Shepherd.
I just want to say, you did really good for yourself.
Thank you very much. You know what I say?
Yeah,
this,
baby, you live in
I
college.
say this to my wife. I'm
say.
like,
did.
I could have very easily been. I had Newark extracurricular activities for a lot of my life.
Yes.
And I managed to get away from all of that.
You did really good. I seen the Michael K. Williams doc
Thank
about
you.
about all that Newark shit.
Yeah,
you know,
he
I
lived
watched
in
the
Newark.
Cory Booker doc.
Yeah.
Shit was fucked. You
That's
did good
game
for
on
yourself.
Thank
you.
Dude, Zuckerberg, before he was evil, gave $200 million of his own money to the Newark school system, and like within months, $50 million of it was missing. What is going on? Someone's like, oh, I bet you want to meet Booker. I'm like, first thing I'm gonna do is like, yo, where the fuck is that? Like, help those kids.
Yeah. Money should go back into education.
They all get like Microsoft Zooms or something, you know?
Yeah.
Give them something. Just keep them busy. You know what I mean? They got like Clios. Remember that shit?
But you did good for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was talking about.
You got suspended from a school.
Oh, yeah. So I go to school at Nutley. No. I got suspended from my school, regular school. I actually was going to school in Kearney.
Okay.
And I guess I get expelled from that. So I go to school for 7th and 8th graders in Nutley. All mafia kids. I didn't know that.
It's a lot of Italians.
Sure.
A lot of Italians. 2 or 3 kids from Newark. I hung out with them mostly because we would all like take the bus back and stuff.
Back in those days, they would have the fresh Reeboks. They would cuff their pants, the Diesel T-shirts,
100%.
the French Connection.
Oh my
tights.
God. Armani Exchange.
They would shave their legs. Yo,
Bro.
these were the most feminine, masculine.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it up. You're like, don't you think that's like kind of like what girls do? What?
What?
No, they are very feminine.
Yo,
Yeah.
they're
Italian
the
men, they're
gayest
very,
homophobic
like-
people I ever met.
Yeah.
Them and Jamaicans.
Oh, yeah.
A Jamaican will tell you that homosexuality is a criminal and it's a sin, and that they burn gay dudes in Jamaica while wearing a mesh tank top. And you're like, it's hard to have this conversation. Are you trying to trick me right now?
40 necklaces.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you have the tightest jeans on ever?
As they're getting their hair done.
Yeah. It's a lot. Like, I grew up in Newark where it's like a lot of Jamaicans are like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, I gotta say, we're all wearing baggy clothes. Like, I gotta say, you might not want to know what we're saying about you behind your back.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's this one girl, gorgeous, redhead, right? My wife now is a redhead, right?
Italian redhead.
Dude, both of them were Italian redheads. I didn't.
What a
Interesting.
type.
I know, insane. It's so funny because she said she used to get made fun of growing up for being a redhead. My wife.
course.
And I'm like, how? Like,
Because
to us, that's
different.
like,
It was
yeah,
different.
but to us, that's like, how white people view Cardi B. Like, oh my God, it's so exotic or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah, yeah.
Pick like a hot Latin.
Saweetie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saweetie. That came from the depths of your soul.
He loves Sweetie.
He said it. I want you to play back how he lowered his voice. He almost whispered it like he was talking to her.
He's practiced.
Yeah, Rihanna, whoever you are, Sweetie. Sweetie. Are we talking about Sweetie? I want Sweetie.
Whatever.
Really? She put ranch on pasta.
I could get over. Have you seen the ass? Have you seen the nails? What are we talking about?
He's like, this
I'll give her my soul.
On the list of things I'm gonna forgive. Don't worry about it. That's
Ranch on pasta's fine.
Yeah. We'll get over it.
Yeah.
We'll move to Italian dressing and then get to Parmesan.
Yeah.
100%. No, fuck it. I'd eat ranch on pasta for her. You know what I'm saying? For Sweetie.
Yeah.
You swerve the whole culture.
100%. I'll do 23andMe. I won't even be Italian no more.
This guy's on the phone like, I would never take the Birkin away from you. Also, we can't afford Birkins. We're more of a ranch on pasta family.
Oh my God.
Fucking Sweetie. So this girl walks by,
Yeah.
gorgeous, incredible body, redhead, which to us is so exotic.
Yeah.
And I start talking to her, and I'm like, I'm the funny kid, but I'm not like cool, right?
Okay.
There's a little bit of cachet because I'm from Newark. Like you get a little bit of that in a school like in Nutley. But for the most part, I'm not like, hey, Alexis is here. It's like, oh shit, cool, Alexis is here. Yeah. So I'm like, cool with everyone, but not. So I'm not like flirting with her heavy. I'm just like, let me just be your friend and maybe something will happen. And one day she's like, yo, you should come over. I live a couple blocks away. Come over after school. Absolutely. We don't go through the front door. We walk around the back.
You never go through the front of an Italian's home.
I didn't know this.
The front door for Italian. That's not
for show.
That's for show.
Yeah.
Guests maybe once a year walk through that door.
That's for cracking slightly and telling the police we didn't see nothing.
Yeah. It's always the side door.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I have best friends. I've never walked through their front doors.
You don't even know if it opens.
I have no idea.
It could be sealed.
Yo, I swear to God, it's always a side door.
It's so funny to me. The image that just popped in my head is a fire in an Italian person's house, and they're like, no, run out the back door. They don't open the front.
No, not to the living room. Shoes off.
No, not the couch. It's got plastic on it.
Yeah. Wait. Grab the pictures and the leftovers.
Grab Nana's photo. It's our last one. So we walk in. She's got those big glass sliding doors. We walk into the kitchen. Fucking huge kitchen. The pot on the thing looks like she's feeding an army, which turns out that's just how Italians eat.
Yeah.
So this huge thing. So we're kind of hanging out in the kitchen, which is open air kitchen, right? There's like an island we're sitting on, and behind us is the living room. So we're joking, we're laughing. She's like, "Do you want something to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I could eat." We got like Doritos. I'm making a little bit of a mess. She's like, "Oh, we should clean that up before anyone gets over." She's, "In fact, you got to leave before my parents get home." I was like, "Yeah, not a problem. I got to take the bus anyway." We're laughing, blah blah blah, and her mother walks in. And I'm like, oh, let me get out of here. And she's like, no, it's cool. And she's like, I'm going to make you pasta. So it's like, all right. So now she's like cooking the whole thing. And I'm a little bit nervous because like.
The mother wasn't the problem.
Yeah. No. You're just waiting for that.
Yeah. I turn around. First time I really look at the living room, and I'm not making this up. There is behind the couch like a Gilded Age framed painting of the entire family. It is a man. It is of a man sitting on a very ornate chair. Oof. And from how he's sitting, you can tell he's 4'8".
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They added shimmer.
Incredible.
They added shimmer to his rings in the painting.
In the painting. Okay.
The rings are glistening.
Yeah.
He's got a beautiful suit on, and she's behind him with one hand on his shoulder, and the mom is behind him with the hand on the other shoulder, and then the brother is just standing behind him with his arms like kind of crossed, like you're taking.
I would never touch another man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even my father. Yeah. You know, we kiss on the lips, but never touch.
I hugged him only when the dog died.
Yeah.
So this man is, and I look up and then I realize like, normal families don't take pictures like that.
No.
Nor do you get it made into a legitimately 7 by 7 foot painting.
Yeah.
So I go, hey, who's that?
Yeah.
And she goes, that's my dad. And the mom goes, he'll be home in about half an hour. And I go, thank you. I walked out of that back door.
Oh my God.
Put my shoes back on, walk out of the back door. And I left and I never went back in that woman's house again.
Did she invite you back over?
More than once. And she's like, but my dad, like, as long as you're out before he's out, I do not want a chance that this man leaves whatever job he has or whatever he does that says it's a job early and sees me, a Latin kid, in your house with his daughter. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And by the way, she had no door on her bedroom. because he was mad at her and
Oh.
he took it off the hinges.
Wow.
I'm
My
like-
parents would do that to me too.
Really?
Yeah.
That is such an immigrant thing, bro.
Really?
Yo,
My parents aren't
you don't
immigrants.
deserve a
No?
No. But I was
Why
never.
do they
allowed-
act like it? I don't know.
They would take the door off the hinges, or I was never allowed to close the door.
That's a very popular thing. Just keep the door open.
Yeah. No, but even alone. At night when I'm
Really?
sleeping, I couldn't close the door.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'd
Hey,
be
there's a
jerking
draft.
off.
Put on a hoodie.
Yeah.
When I would have the door open and there was like a corner of my room you couldn't see when you walk by, I'd be jerking off like in a
Yeah,
corner,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a prison. Like this is where the cameras don't
right,
hit.
right. Pretending you're taking a shit in the
Yeah.
prison. What are you making a hooch in the corner? What the fuck's going on?
My
over
parents
there?
would always take the door off the hinges. That was like a big. Also, I would break doors.
Yeah.
I was a big door puncher.
Oh, big door puncher? Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? You came really far. You don't
Yeah.
seem like that guy
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I used to be a little angry. Oh, and then I did drugs, and then
Yeah.
and then I realized I'm an artist.
There you go. That was it. You were trying to hide from it the whole time.
I was trying to hide because in Staten Island, you get fucking abused for that shit.
Do you know a comedian named J.F. Harris?
J.F. Harris. Yeah, that sounds mad familiar.
Staten Island guy. One of my favorite. He wrote a bunch. He's living in L.A. now, but he flies back and forth.
Yeah.
One of my favorite jokes he has cerebral palsy. He has something else. He's dyslexic, and there's like a third one, and he talks about it all. And he said and he says like, yeah, I sound like a Make-A-Wish kid or whatever, blah blah. He has like a bunch of jokes about it. One of my favorite jokes he ever said. It's an old joke of his, but he goes, when I was a kid, if you grow up with this many problems in New York, they let you pick your own high school in New York. He goes, now I could have picked LaGuardia, which is where they shot that movie Fame. He
Yeah.
goes, but instead I picked Richmond High, which is where they shot that kid Jamal. It's one of my favorite Staten Island-based jokes.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is absolutely hilarious. But a lot of the shit you're saying is like the conversations him and I have. I'm like, how did you grow up in White Newark? Like him and I will be talking about shit that happened. He'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what happens in Staten Island.
Yeah, just people had nicer cars.
Yards.
Yeah,
That's the
they
only-
had
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
We'd smoke weed behind in a yard rather than on the corner.
Fucking amazing, man. Staten
Yeah.
Island's a wild place.
Oh, please. I always say I grew up in a nice home in a terrible place.
That's a great way to put it.
Terrible. My family's beautiful.
Yeah.
As soon as I left the doors, it was fucking terrible.
See, that's the cool thing about my house. My house was like Little Havana. Like
Yeah.
it was Cuba in those doors. Like if
Uh-huh.
we got McDonald's or pizza, my grandma would be like, "Hold on a second, and we'll pull rice out." Like you know what I mean? Like you gotta eat rice with every meal.
Yeah.
Like it was in those the confines of that you're in like a little. Like I didn't feel like I didn't feel different until I left that house. Like
Oh, yeah,
you go
yeah.
outside, maybe not even in Newark because Newark was a lot of Latin people, but like
Sure.
when I would travel, like go places or do anything or go visit a store, like or I'd go to Nutley, I'd go to like a bakery in Nutley. It's a totally different world from how I grew up.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a nice place. It just happens to be situated in a really rough fucking place.
Yeah, Newark is.
Yeah.
I told you when we're walking in, I almost went to.
NJIT.
Yeah.
It's a rough
That would have
one.
been a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Poly Prep looks a little better.
yeah. Let's put holes in the wall here. What happened?
Yeah. I got a question for you. So you're big into food, right? So you're a big food
Big,
guy, right?
big, yeah.
And Cuban food. What do you think about that sandwich place, the Cuban sandwich place in Midtown, that you have to walk down those couple of steps for?
Margon?
Yeah.
The
Is
one
that-
on 46?
Yeah, is that a legit spot?
Used to be.
Okay, I went like 5 years ago. I used to go when I was like at MTV over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like I was like, oh, this is real Cuban food. I was.
It
always-
is, and it is, and it isn't.
Uh-huh.
Like back in the 70s and 80s, anyone who's Cuban will tell you this, who grew up in this area. Midtown used to have a Cuban coffee shop on every block.
Interesting.
So that is and they're impossible to find now. We call them cafeterias.
Yeah,
Obviously
yeah.
it's cafeteria, but cafeteria in America means like the place you eat lunch in class.
Yeah.
Like, or like maybe like a food hall. For us, that would be a place where you could get a quick lunch. So you go to the end of the counter, and then as you go down, you're like, let me get that rice, let me get that. It's like how
Yes.
Chipotle is.
Yeah,
That's that kind of whatever fast casual.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how all those places were.
Yeah.
So you could sit at the counter and get a coffee. You could go down and get yourself something to go, or you could sit and order like a sandwich. Their Cuban sandwich is great, but they're more like Ybor City style. Cuban sandwiches were invented in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Ybor City to be
I would do
exact.
the buffet too.
Yeah,
Like, I
like
would
their
get-
food is great, but now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more Dominican food. Those are all Dominican people. It's Cuban dishes and some Dominican food.
Cool.
But like I can tell the difference between Cuban food cooked by someone who's Puerto Rican or Dominican versus a Cuban. Like the balance of certain seasonings is off.
Where are you going for good Cuban food?
There's a
in the
place
city?
called My Cuban Spot. That's the name of it. Terrible name. It's literally just a
It's
window.
Fucking, I wouldn't go in. I'd be
Yeah.
like, this is some
Nobody
fucking
would
think-
fake ass shit.
Also, everyone thinks I'm like hiding the name from them. I'm like, oh, you want a good sandwich? You got to go to My Cuban Spot. They're like, where? And I go, My Cuban Spot. They're like, tell me that. It's like a who's on first.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
it's the name of the fucking. I call it MCS. I'm like,
Oh,
MCS.
yeah, MCS. That's good.
That please.
Where is it?
It's in Gowanus.
Oh, okay.
It's not far from here, actually.
No.
No, really close to you.
Yeah.
It's behind Cotobene. I think it was like a part of that restaurant, and then he just rented out that space and it's a window. The best Cuban sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Oh, wow.
And the closest thing to Cuban coffee, I've been drinking Cuban coffee since I was 6. My grandfather used to make it, which I don't know if you know, you whip the sugar with a little bit of espresso, and that becomes like a foam. You got to whip a lot. Oof. And then you pour espresso into that. And that's a Cuban coffee. It's the best. I've been drinking that since I was 6.
Sure.
They're great in Miami, not great in New York, pretty good. In fact, probably the best is in Jersey, but for the most part, it's hard to find. Sure. You got to have someone make it for you, like a grandma or grandpa. They got to make it.
Time.
Yeah, it's like a certain skill. You got to know when to stop whipping it. You got to know, because you got to use like a high concentration of coffee grinds, but you have to know like when to pull it off the heat. You can't do it in a machine. You got to do it on a stovetop. It's like there's a whole balance
in the
to
old
it.
little
mocha pot. Yeah. That's how I make my coffee. Of
course.
I'm not using my machine. Yeah. I have my grandfather's cup. I kept his like.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's nice.
Dude, when I was a kid, it was like iconic. That sound used to wake me up because he would make it for everyone in the house, and he would bring coffee to my mom, my aunt, my grandmother. Everyone would get coffee, and I would just want to hang out with him because I grew up without a father. He was like my dad, so I would run downstairs and like just talk to him while he's making coffee. It was great.
That's so nice.
It's a little bit of like a memory of him when I make myself coffee and that. They're the closest to that coffee that I've ever found within like a 300-mile radius.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's fucking
really
awesome.
Nice.
It's the best. If you ever want, we should all go actually.
Yeah, definitely go.
There's a tradition called a colada. A colada is like a small.
A colada? Of course, I've been to Dunkin'.
Let me get 2 caramels.
Wake up rap, a colada.
Wake up rap. Oh, this kid loves the double D, bro. Not talking Sweetie. Fucking a colada. It actually means like milk, like a shake, like a milkshake kind of thing, or a smoothie. But what they do is they make a big cup of Cuban coffee, which is essentially a small cup of American coffee, and then what you get these little plastic cups that they're thimble sized. They're tiny. I've never seen them anywhere besides this. Sure. Cuban coffee shops. You get like, if it's the 3 of us, you'd get 3 of them. And then you get the big cup. You break it so that there's like a little pour spout. And then you pour it so that you get a little bit of the coffee and a little bit of the foam in that. And then you sit there and you just drink this little, like almost like shots. And then you kind of sit there and you bullshit. And it's
a conversation thing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's fucking nice.
Like smoking hookah would be for some people. But for us, it's this colada. And dude, it's impossible to find colada. Those little cups you can't even find. You have to order them on Amazon. They have them.
I like that.
Wow. Yeah, it's great. It's the best.
For Italians, it's like the espresso or the cordial afterwards.
Yeah. Yes.
You sit after a nice meal. Yeah, ports, right?
Grappa.
Grappa. Yeah. That's these are my grandmother's cordial cups.
I saw them when I walked in.
Yeah, these are like the every Italian family had these little
bro, and they drink like jet fuel. Grandmas.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Bro,
disgusting.
So a restaurant I used to go to, I took my wife on one of our first dates. The guy ended up getting murdered by the mob.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. What restaurant?
Now it's Molly's Cupcakes on Bleecker.
Oh.
Right in front of the park.
I thought you were going to talk about Staten Island place.
No. There's a bunch of those. Remember, like the maitre d's were like a part of the restaurant. They would always be there.
Yeah.
I walked in once and I go, "Hey, where's Ronaldo?" He goes, "Hey, he no coming back." And I was like, "What?" And then the guy gave me a lot of advice, like because I was young, impressionable, dumb, and he would let me sit there and hang out. And he put his arm around me. The owner used to give me advice. The maitre d' goes, "Just no gambling, okay?" All right. And he was like, "You can go now."
That's good. That's good advice.
Yeah. Now I know how he died. I took my wife there on our first date. A couple dates in, we used to go there all the time. The owner, this little fat Italian guy named Ronaldo from Italy, he introduced us to his wife. It's like this older woman, just like him, nice, homely but nice, very sweet. Doesn't speak a word of English.
Homely.
Yeah.
What a word to describe ugly.
Yeah.
What a word.
It's what I didn't want to say.
Yeah. I would say homely's almost worse than ugly.
All right, well, the guy's dead. So you can't get mad at me now.
Beastly. A creature. I'd rather.
She lived in the attic, I assume.
She hid from the sun for our safety.
She only came out during Halloween. So this woman, very sweet.
Very sweet. They're always sweet. They're always sweet.
You can't be mean.
Sweet.
You can't be homely and mean. No. You gotta pick one.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't. There's not that many ugly, mean people.
No.
And when you meet them, that's a fucking diamond in the rough. They're gonna be a billionaire.
They got good stories.
Yeah.
Oh, the best stories.
Ugly, mean people. Yeah. Incredible.
Because you earn that mean. You earn the ability to be mean.
Yes.
How? I need to know.
Yeah. They're good talking. Yes. They have something going on.
They figured out how to survive. Being
hustle.
Ugly and mean. Those are two hard. Yeah.
100%.
You have
Those
something.
are my favorite people.
Ugly,
Some people
mean
right now
people?
watching this going, You seem like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of you who just about to put that in the YouTube comment.
Yeah.
So he introduces us to this nice woman. Super. She looks like she's on a seaside in Italy, right? Like,
Okay.
She looks like she got scooped right up. Beautiful, nice woman. We talk, blah, blah, blah. Maybe like a year later, I see Ronaldo talking to this like Jessica Rabbit looking woman, you know?
Oh, wow.
Wow, one of my first fucking chubs.
Right? There you go. The pre-sweetie.
Yeah.
Yo, she's got that sweetie bod.
She does.
Yo, Jessica Rabbit walks so Sweetie can run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I swear the Kardashians are just aiming for that body type.
Oh, yeah.
They are. She was like, I get it, right? So
Yeah.
this woman is like voluptuous and long black hair, and it's just like I'm like, my God, the women that hang out in this place. I'm with my wife who I'm dating at the time, and Ronaldo walks this woman over and introduces us and goes, Alexis, this is my wife. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how much surgery did this woman have? Right? So the fucking my wife is like clearly like kind of upset, but like not. Like, she knows what's going down. And I was like, huh. The maitre d' comes over, and he was like, how was the food? Blah, blah. I'm like, everything's great. Yeah. And he goes, everything okay? And I go, yeah, I thought Ronaldo introduced us to his wife. They must have got divorced. He goes, no, ain't no divorce. You met the Italian wife. This is the American wife.
Yeah.
And he walked away. But he said it with the confidence that we're wrong.
Yeah.
We're wrong for suggesting
He's laughing
that's
at
not
you.
how the world works.
Yeah.
You can have a wife. It's a different country.
Well, here's the thing. People used to, like, before there was, like, mail order brides, a lot of Italians paid a village in Italy to send over a woman to marry. From like a family. It was like, I want to marry someone from the town I'm from in Italy.
Yeah.
And they'd send money over. This was my great grandpa.
A lot of people.
It's a lot of.
Glad I
Well,
pulled back on the
everybody
judgment
does
there.
this.
Who the fuck with the? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is my.
Yeah. Origin story.
He literally paid money to marry someone from my family, from the town he was from in Italy. They sent her over. They didn't like each other.
Yeah.
She was what she was, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless. Hey,
God bless.
Different time.
It was a different.
I'm not making that choice now. You know what I mean?
No, neither am I. I gotta ask you about pizza because I seen you're
Let's
a
do
fucking
it.
pizza king.
Yeah.
Where we going? What are we talking?
Yeah, what's the number one spot you think? It is?
Yeah. Almost wore the hat today. Lindustry. There's
Interesting. What do you get there? The Burrata
I was
slice?
actually, top, what, Chef's Night Out? You know that
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
on theirs. They asked me to be on
really?
it. Incredible.
Oh.
To me, to me, that meant more than like an HBO special.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want me to be a part of your Chef's Night Out? It's crazy. I got one line in the whole thing, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It was
You're
a
in
joke.
it, baby.
Oh, that's
Hey.
what we want.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
A laugh
Pretty
line.
great. That's it.
Yeah.
One of the owners, Nick, was talking about how growing up he was a magician,
Uh-huh.
and I'm stuffed. I mean, I've never been so full in my life.
Yeah.
I'm in the back of the van, the production van, stuffed, and I'm like, best magic trick you ever pulled is pretending you know how to make pizza. And fucking the whole thing laughed, and I was like, back to sleep. I was like in a food coma.
Interesting. So when you get
Industry's
there,
incredible. So
that's in Williamsburg. So people.
Yeah.
yeah, South Second and Havemeyer. You
There
got to
you
go.
go.
Say what's up to Nick. Say what's up to Massimo.
Yeah. It's a good pizza spot.
Very,
It's
very
incredible.
good. One of the best.
Frex's favorite pizza spot too.
because of us. Because of me.
Oh,
my wife
really?
and I.
Because of
yeah,
him?
Yeah.
I
We
guess
introduced-
she couldn't form the opinion on
Yeah,
it.
no.
I knew there was some fugazi shit
Yeah,
going
no,
on
no,
there.
no.
You hear me, Frex? I'm calling you out.
Before we told her about Lindustry, she was eating cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then, no, I've never met the soul of a dispatcher for a firehouse in Staten Island. And immediately knew it was them, more like Frex. Frex has the soul of like a gambler who's lost it all.
Yeah.
I wish OT. I want to redecorate her apartment as an OTB because that's what she belongs in.
I'm gonna take her out to Saratoga.
Yeah.
Have a bet on some fucking horses.
You
with
see the
me.
horses.
Yeah.
I bet you she'll be like, I know a guy. Let's go meet the horse.
Shoot, we get cigars. We
Yeah.
stand by the
Yeah.
by the breaking point. It'll be tremendous.
Yeah, this is Horse Paul.
Yeah.
You don't know him. Yeah, Stable Steve. Let's go meet him.
So what slice do you get there? What slice?
So I get two, the burrata slice
Yeah.
and the fig. There's one with a fig jam, bacon, like a lardone.
I like
and
that.
they used to put goat cheese. Now they do ricotta. Because I think
Okay.
a lot of Americans don't really fuck with goat cheese like that.
Yeah.
But the dude is from Tuscany. His dad is from Naples, where
Uh-huh.
pizza was invented before it was Italy, when it was a Greek city called Neapolis.
Yes.
And the other dude, Nick, is like Italian, but from like New York. grew up in Midtown East because the dad was a super of a building, but basically his whole history is Williamsburg.
Oh,
so
yeah,
both of them, it's like perfect. You got the guy from Italy who moved to this country to try to play soccer. That's how I first met him.
Oh, cool.
And then this guy who's just like a legend. In fact, he has 2 sandwiches that are related to him at Anthony and Sons.
Oh, really? We had Sabino on.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Yeah, we
Right.
love Sabino. We
So
love
you
that.
know the Baglivo, the sandwich?
No, I don't. I'm not.
If you look at the board, there's the
Yeah,
Baglivo family sandwich. He's
Oh, that's
Baglivo. And
Nice.
he helped invent the FDNY, which is their number 1
Oh,
sandwich.
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Of
Yeah.
course, I had the FDNY.
Great.
Yeah,
I went
great.
there and they're like, you got to have this, you got to have
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The only sandwich of theirs I didn't like was the chopped cheese because it's like a huge Italian sandwich shop making the sandwich. It's supposed to be like small and easy to eat. This thing
I
is like
know.
6 pounds of ground beef.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
People changed. The chopped cheese isn't what it used to be.
No, it was so good.
I would get the chopped cheese in Washington Heights,
Which is
It
right
wa-
next to where it was invented. It was
Really?
in Spanish Harlem. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was great. And it was cheapish. It was $4. It
Yes.
would come on a roll.
Uh-huh.
It would take them 3 minutes to make.
Bro.
It was incredible.
Now it's all like, oh, you ordering a chopped cheese? Well, let's get the cameras and lights.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
So we can put it
gimmick.
on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
just make me a sandwich.
Yeah, I would literally get and I thought it was a shitty sandwich to order. I would only order it when I was alone.
Yeah.
But like not with a girl. Or
It
anything.
was.
Yeah.
This was like what the dude who sat on the hood of a Camry
Yes.
would eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's crazy that it's like this thing now.
Bro, what's his Emmy Squared.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They have which is like 2 blocks away from Linden Street.
Sure.
They have a chopped cheese on their menu. It's like a
Yeah.
fancy-ish place.
Yeah.
It's on a pretzel bun.
Yeah.
It's
What
on
the
like
fuck
Yeah,
is
this is
No.
not what it is. Yeah.
no, this is like fried bologna at 11 Madison. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand it.
We ate this when we had nothing else.
I know.
Yeah.
It would be like I'm so high and I want to eat something so I go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would
It's-
be a chopped cheese.
It'll never be fancy if you can order it with Doritos inside the sandwich.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an acceptable way to order
That
it.
is
Yeah,
a-
yeah, yeah.
a
Very.
There was
yeah.
these kids they call themselves the Bodega Kids. They do comedy shows.
Yeah, yeah.
They
yeah.
did one at a bodega, and the whole thing was like, we can't pay you for your spot, but order a chopped cheese. And then they would put everyone's chopped cheese order on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And I walked straight up to the spicy nacho Doritos. I gave it to her
Sure.
flaming hot. I gave it to him. I'm like, yo, let me get a chopped cheese. I want that with Swiss, mayo, ketchup, and hot sauce, jalapenos, and sport pepper, so you get the extra acid.
Of course.
And the guy was like, coming right up. Everyone else was like, chopped cheese. You know? Everyone was like,
Oh.
chopped cheese with like no lettuce. Mine had like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
mine had ingredients I
You had
foraged
stuff.
in the bodega.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that's how
yeah,
you
yeah.
order a chopped cheese.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
And then the guy gave it to you in a big round platter with the rest of the chips
Oh.
spilled in.
I love that.
I'll go there forever.
I
because
love
of
that. Yeah, yeah.
It's a good spot.
Yeah. So what else? What do you think about like L&B?
So L&B they put shortening in their dough. You can tell that because like the gluten circles are shortened.
Uh-huh.
Which that's the kind of pizza that when you chew, like gets stuck to the roof of your teeth, or
Yeah.
the roof of your mouth. It's
I
like
think it's
Wonder Bread.
overhyped, L&B.
100%. It's a sweet sauce. Everyone loves sweet sauce
Yeah, I don't like sweet sauce. I didn't grow up with sweet
because
sauce.
you're from New York.
Yeah, I didn't grow up
So
with
you
sweet
don't like
sauce.
sweet sauce. The only sweet sauce that was okay was Danny's and Queens because they're
Uh-huh.
known for it. They're like,
Yeah.
we're making our sauce sweet, by the way.
My
And so now you know.
my grandmother made not a sweet sauce at all.
No.
A touch of sugar.
Maybe just to
Yeah.
kill some of the acid.
Just that's
Yeah.
it. You would not taste anything
No.
sweet at all.
Remember when people said they would make the red sauce? They put like strawberry jelly or grape jelly in
Oh,
it.
that's wild.
I'm like, bro,
I've
where,
never heard
what?
of that.
What?
Oh, that's
We're
wild.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they do some wild stuff outside of New York City.
What are we doing?
I feel
Yeah.
the
I'm
same-
not Italian at all. And
No,
I'm like,
no.
but I respect your pizza opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You run.
but you,
What
I would-
other spots do you?
my mother would smack me in the mouth.
Yeah,
if she knew
yeah.
I was putting.
well, there you go. It's the same color. You know. What are we doing?
Acid, and I have it in the fuck out of here. I mean, there's a bunch of grades. If you want like a super traditional, for me, like like some people would say pedestrian slice. Like to me, it's like classic, dirty New York slice.
That's what I like.
New York Pizza Supreme on 31st and 8th.
You don't think their
Okay.
sauce is a little sweet?
It is, but it's also very salty, so it balances incredibly
Okay.
well. They do dough, not a great dough. They do a
No.
dough. They do their relatively sweet dough. They put Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
sauce, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella.
Yeah.
So while you're eating it, you're getting kind of the crispy
Ah.
cheese, super salty. It's the kind of slice that you want more of because, like, you know, when you have peanuts, you're like, I don't know what's gonna stop the salty. I'm gonna eat more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like your
yeah,
brain
yeah.
says, all right, we'll do that again. Maybe that'll stop the saltiness.
I used to be at UCB, so I would go to Suprema all the time.
They're great.
You know? Yeah.
That to me is like the number one. Like, you want to know what pizza was like before it got famous?
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah, and you walk in, you order a slice.
Yeah.
Also, a plain slice that should just be fresh out the oven. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
That-
Or it just came out. There's like 4 slices missing from the pie, and the
Yeah,
guy's cutting
yeah,
it. He's like,
yeah.
"Here's yours."
that's what I like.
Yeah.
The
I also-
turnover rate's
Well,
important for a
that's
place.
the advantage if you're popular is you can
Yes.
just always have fresh pizza.
100%. Because
So
you're
it's like
moving.
you need to
makes a
move the
difference
pizza.
than a
Yeah,
Wheaties.
yeah.
Like Joe's
Yeah.
on obviously very
Yeah,
famous.
yeah.
They add sugar to their dough, but they
Yeah.
have to. They don't have a walk-in fridge big enough. You're supposed to let dough rise for 3 days. They don't have a fridge big enough, and they sell so much.
Yeah.
They have to add sugar to their dough so that it does, rise appropriately, and that's why it super caramelizes on the bottom. That's why you got like very pale spots but very dark spots that let you know there's sugar in the dough. They have to do that because if not, they'd have to rent like the next 3 storefronts just to keep dough for how much they use.
For how much they
Wow.
sell.
It's impossible.
Because
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
says
yeah.
Joe's. What's the best pizza? Joe's.
Of course, and and at one point it used to be.
I think it's NYU kids are just.
At one point, but it's
Yeah.
like you want a place that sells a lot, and you're always gonna get a fresh slice.
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids that move to the city have never had a fresh slice.
Yes.
They get a slice that's been sitting out.
No,
You gotta order a
yes.
pie to get a fresh slice, and pie and reheated slice do not taste the same.
No.
No, in fact, most pizza places order it well done. Because when you go to a pizza place that normally sells by the slice, they're trained to bake a pie to like 95%. And when you order a pie, it almost never, like the floor of the oven isn't built to cook a pie to finish. Because they're moving it
Interesting.
around.
Oh,
They're
this is
just
fucking
never.
real
So
shit.
say well done.
Yeah,
And
he's
also,
a-
if you want a secret, say don't slice it.
Don't
It
slice
releases
it.
too much steam into the box.
Oh,
Don't
damn.
slice it. And
Don't
you slice it at
slice
home.
I open one flap, and
So
I'll
then you
bring
can
it if I
only eat
get
2
it delivered.
slices, the whole pizza.
Fold the whole thing. It's what do you eat? I just have one slice.
Yo, I give
Yeah.
you walking into a place, you're like, let me get a pie. Don't
Yeah.
slice it. They'll be like, call the hospital.
Yeah. They're gonna judge. Either they're gonna judge you, or the guy's gonna get the team together and go, "If we do this right, we're buying boats. This kid's gonna come in here daily. All right?
Yo, you set me up to look like a clown.
You order it. Don't slice it. You can slice it when you get home. I got a
Yeah.
pizza slicer.
Get a
Everyone
2
has
liter. Ask for a straw.
Don't slice.
Order a cake and say for here.
Yeah. Let me get the Carvel cake.
Yeah. You got fudgy to whale? I'll take it for here.
Yeah, can I get 1 fork?
Yeah. You guys do Diet Coke?
Yeah. Oh, always with the Diet Coke. Always with
Yeah.
the Diet Coke. What do you think about by you the Frankies?
F&F.
F&F.
We love
over
F&F.
there.
That's our
F&F
favorite right now.
sourdough. So
Yeah.
some people don't like it.
Uh,
It starts to lean on the heavier side, especially their Sicilians.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know the baker who bakes their Sicilians came from another place where he made focaccias. So
Uh,
I'm like, this isn't Sicilian pizza. This is focaccia. It's a very different thing.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking heavy. It's like eating a steak.
Yeah.
So the first time I went, I got 2 slices and 2 Sicilian slices.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't eat it all.
you
And
couldn't.
normally that's like a good meal for me.
Sure,
Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I like it. I like it for what it is. I like the one with like the peppers on the top.
The Partana.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
No, and I like the Frankies. I think they're good dudes from what I've met.
Sure.
I love what they do for the neighborhood and stuff. I preferred the Frankie's Patino that was on Clinton way back in the day.
I
That was
know
my favorite. I used to go with my wife all
Oh.
the time. Now I think it's Luzzo's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right by
yeah.
Caveat.
Yep.
I used to love when they had that little shop, but now I live close to the big restaurant. I go there all the time. They're good dudes. I eat their pizza all the time, but I wouldn't necessarily. To me, it's like, well, that's a sourdough slice. It's a little
It's a different
different.
slice.
It is.
Yeah.
I love their dough though.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
That's
If you
a-
like it, you love it. If
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
I know
yeah,
pizza
yeah.
guys that refuse to eat it because they're like, well, it's different. It's not pizza. It's
Uh,
different. But I'm not that. I'm pretty purist, but even that, I'm like, I get it. It's a it comes from, it's begat from pizza.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? My dad, he likes the fucking cornmeal on the bottom because he says back in the day everyone had cornmeal on the bottom.
That is true.
Ah.
Yeah, he goes-
Semolina they used to use.
Yeah, semolina. Yeah. But
Yeah.
only Two Boots is the only one that uses like the
The
on
actual
bottom.
cornmeal.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
their 2 boots are Louisiana and Italy.
Yeah,
So they're kind
yeah.
of blending the 2 cultures.
But
Oh,
it was.
I didn't
they
know that's
would
what it
use-
was. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, they
Oh, I
have
didn't know that.
all over the
it's
restaurant.
on the.
Yeah.
I'm
Open
an
your eyes,
idiot,
bro.
Do me a favor, look up. Wow.
2 boots. I'm just.
And that's the whole
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
name.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Two Boots.
2
This
boots.
guy's like, a
Italy,
fancy dresser
and
made this pizza. yeah. You guess a cowboy?
Yeah, he said back in the day it was always on the bottom would be
Yeah.
the texture.
You know who does it that way still? Little Italy Pizza, which is kind of like a dirty slice.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
do that.
They have a ton of stuff on the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
But that used to be so it wouldn't stick.
Yep.
That used to be so it wouldn't stick to the floor. And a lot of times those are guys who did a lot of hydration in their dough because that would stick. So if you up the water content, sometimes that would stick. Sometimes. Depends on if you know how to make pizza or not.
Wow, you have a passion for. We gotta go get.
I
a
could
slice.
sit.
You
I
gotta
could
get a
sit and
slice.
talk pizza.
It's
All
almost
day.
It's almost embarrassing.
We like to put down we'll put down slices.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
We gotta go then.
Yeah. Or between the three of us, we would do minimum 2 pies.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
But we gotta do February. We can't do January.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
No, we gotta
We'll
do
do February.
You guys gotta give me some time to slim back down a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll all do it. It'll be a celebration.
Yeah.
What are you gonna get? A 7th ab? What are you? Him and I got we got room to run. What are you?
Nah, he looks bad.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
I'm in the gym. I'm making fun of him. This has been beautiful. Thank you so much for
been a
coming up,
blast.
chopping up with us. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I
Thank
knew
you.
this exactly what this podcast was gonna be like doing it, man. This has been a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is fun.
You
This
guys
is
got a
fun.
good thing here, man.
Thanks
I
a
can't
lot. Thanks. Yeah. You too, man.
Thank you.
I know nothing about soccer, but you fucking run that shit.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
You
My
do.
name.
Yeah. You literally, if you're into football, soccer, like this is the guy to check out. Oh, I should send my brother-in-law your shit.
Yeah?
He fucking is obsessed.
Does he have a team that he follows?
I don't know. He told me.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Does he have a player? that he likes?
He told me FC from the English league.
Yeah, something like that. I went to Lisbon.
Okay.
That's the most soccer
With
I
him?
got. No. I just meant what's his name's from Lisbon.
Well, Sporting
Cristiano?
Lisbon, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Look, I
played
can
at
see
Sporting
how
Lisbon.
mad you're getting at me.
He played at Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
He's
connect.
not
you.
from Lisbon.
No, he's from an island called Madeira.
Oh.
Yeah. Where he built his own statue of himself.
Incredible.
I hate that guy.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
see
Do
that.
you?
I'm so happy.
They love
that-
him there.
Of course. Well, there.
He
Everywhere
gave
else.
man money back. I think.
Yeah. He built a hospital and a school. For like his philanthropy is great, but he also it's also at the point where like he has to because he has so much money tax wise. I'm sure. He has
Yeah.
to
Oh,
do it.
100%.
But I also don't want to take it away from him. If you're good,
No, let's
if you
take it
do
away.
good, yeah,
Take it away.
Let's take it away.
Fuck
Fuck
that
It's
guy.
gone.
Yeah.
What I love about it is he wanted so bad to be the best ever,
Uh-huh.
and Lionel Messi wins the World Cup, which was like the big thing.
Yeah.
Neither one of them have won a World Cup. He won the Euros, which
Uh-huh.
is the regional competition just for the European teams. Messi from South America had to win Copa America. He won the Euros. He goes on interviews talking about like he never says I'm the greatest, but he talks as if he wants you to say it.
Sure.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
very cocky guy, and he goes, it was a big deal to win, the Euros. Finally, I have like a trophy for my nation. He said that at the time where Messi like was like retiring from his national team because the federation
Yeah.
was so fucked up.
Uh-huh.
He was like in pain. He would cry having to play for Argentina because the federation was like screwing everyone over. So he said that on purpose, like as a dig to Messi. Then Messi goes and wins Copa America after losing the final twice in a row to the same team. He goes and wins, right? He wins it. So then it became like, oh well, I'm gonna play until I'm X amount because I want to win. I want to win the World Cup. I want to win the World Cup. Some people had Portugal listed as their favorite. Dude, he does an interview with Piers Morgan. Essentially gets kicked off of Manchester United, his boyhood club. It was a mess coming back to the team. It wasn't his boyhood club, but it's where he's sort of became like very famous.
Sure.
It was a fucking mess. It collapsed. Everyone hates him. He got benched. He walked off the field like with 3 minutes left because he didn't want to go in the game with only 3 minutes left because he thinks I'm too good to just go in for 3 minutes. I should start. Walks off as the coach is calling for him. Walks off. Embarrasses himself. Then goes to the World Cup. They get bumped out. Messi wins.
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
And now he's just taking pictures with Saudi
He moved to
bazillionaires,
Saudi,
and
he used to say,
he just stock plummeted.
bro, he said there's like multiple interviews where he goes like, I want to end my career in dignity. I don't want to go play like in like the Middle East or in America because a lot of people will retire to MLS.
Sure.
He's like, I don't want to do that. I want to end my career with dignity. And then what does he do? He takes $75 million a year to go play at Al Nassr, which is a good team, but it's in Saudi Arabia.
Sure.
You're outside of Europe. The whole thing is you got to be in Europe.
Yeah.
Boom. I love the way this story ended. I love.
You're rooting for the downfall
Bro,
of Cristiano.
The chat on my podcast, they're like, you gotta stop it. I will shit on this dude relentlessly. I'm so happy that we don't even co-sign Argentinians, bro. They don't even say they're Latino.
Yeah.
They don't even admit it.
fucking
Yeah.
are.
They don't. Like you speak Spanish, my G.
Yeah.
Unless you're from Spain, you Latino. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
They don't even co-sign it. They pretend they're European.
Well,
and bro, all of Latin America.
Pretend they're German.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
some of them
yeah. Some
don't have
have
to
fucking
pretend.
straight
Yeah.
up. They got some gold in their
Yeah.
pockets.
Wow, blonde hair, blue eye. You see that a lot in Latin America.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
look kind of different.
Yeah. How come your elbow doesn't?
Yeah.
Never mind. They're very, But dude, but all of Latin America was like, nah, we side with them now.
Yeah.
We co-sign them just during the competition.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. God bless. Fuck you, Cristiano Ronaldo.
So go check them out. Anything else that you want to plug for the people listening?
The apologies I'm gonna have to send to Cristiano Ronaldo's reps. No. Follow at Soccer Cooligans on everything. And yeah, got some big news hopefully coming up soon. We're doing big things. We may be possibly traveling to Australia, New Zealand for the Women's World Cup in the summer.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Amazing.
stay tuned. We're gonna be trying to do cool shit, whether it's here or there.
That's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's a lot of
awesome. Robbie, what do you want to plug?
What do I want to plug? Beanies. We got beanies
Oh,
for
we got
sale,
beanies.
baby.
We
Loud
got
about
beanies.
nothing. We need to sell some beanies. So
You guys
hey,
sound like you found the beanies on the truck.
Yeah.
yo, we got beanies.
My uncle left a box of beanies in the apartment.
Loudaboutnothing.com/shop. You can find those beanies. What else do we have? We have shows. We're going to be in Connecticut January 13th and 14th. We're going to be in Vermont February 17th and 18th, and we're back in New York February 24th. So
Beautiful.
hit us at any of those locations, please. And yeah, grab those beanies.
Beautiful.
That would be great.
All right, yeah, I got nothing to plug. No, yeah, fucking follow me. Beautiful. All right, Robbie, hit the fucking music.